Hi, welcome to my channel, Crafty Come Lately. I'm going to share with you a small junk journal. I actually made this a long time ago, about the time that I made my first junk journal, which is about 6 months, a little bit more. And that's the one that shows up on my homepage as you come right onto my channel. But I've added some things to it over time, and I've never done a flip through, so I'll do one of that. But this is the original junk journal with the no sew binding that I copied or got inspired from Debbie Ann from Ephemera Vintage Garden. And that's the more recent junk journal that I did a month plus ago that I also did a flip through. But for some reason, all my junk journals seem to have file folders, and it's not at all a necessity. And somebody asked me about that, but for me, I don't know, I feel like then it really ties in. I did themes, especially the first one, did like a black and white theme, then a kind of beigey theme, and some color theme. And so for me, I don't know, it just ties in and out of the theme. But there is really no rhyme or reason to even think about having file folders as your signature beginnings and endings. But it just seems to be the 3 junk journals that I made so far. I happen to have that, but absolutely you don't need it. And actually you can mark beginnings and endings of anything anyways with the paper clips, or you can even make a file tab. So yeah, so completely unnecessary. This is the only one that I've put an actual in binding, whatchamacallit, little ribbon. So and this one is a little bit tightly packed, so it will totally need that for signature, for closing, I mean. So anyways, and how many signatures do I have in here? I have like 5. Yeah, and it's kind of packed tight. So I put like a little chocolate coin, little gold thing here. A flower that I've made, just a couple of layers and some sparkles on the top, and just scrapbook paper. And I taped it to the other paper because it wasn't double-sided, and then cut them together with shapely scissors that I have a shape now. And then this is a different scissors. This is from a vintage, by vintage I mean an old Goodwill photo album that I picked up, scrapbook paper thing that I picked up. This is my only embossing folder, and it's just a dry technique using a rolling pin from the kitchen, and then I inked it. And this one is a coffee, or I'm sorry, it's a tea dye. Everything I've done up to now has been tea dyed. I've only recently tried the coffee dye, which I love also, but tea dye is nice and gentle and kind of looks a little bit more natural, I think. This is a paper that I got Tuesday morning. Cute little, this is actually from a kitchen liner at the dollar store, and it comes beigey, which is why I got it, but I inked it pink just to match this next to it. This is tissue paper. This is just a little tag right there. So tissue paper from the dollar store. Just a paper that I acrylic painted all over, and a parchment paper, I think. And then just a regular scrapbook paper, and repeat. I made a little pocket here and a craft on the other side of the jungle print, right? Yes, so a little pocket with the paper I got from Daiso, so very Japanese, authentic. And that's the other side of that dry embossed paper. And of course, repeat. A little flower I made. I cut it, and I must have had something to cut it from, like maybe a stencil to get that shape. This is a cute little, from Daiso, one of their bags came with these as little tag holders, but I didn't use it for that purpose, obviously. Flipping the paper, just scrapbook paper. I had this one, just regular paper, but I colored it with pink so I could make little flowers out of it. But obviously not for this purpose. This is more Japanese paper, and I just used the little, this one I actually got from Daiso, so like the washi like tape, but it's really clear plastic tape. Another flower I cut from another stencil. Yeah, I do remember they're Fred Meyer little, it's not this one I think, or maybe it's another kind, but yeah, it's from a stencil. And this is a Daiso bag, and so I cut it on this side because it wasn't really cut, and then the other side was already open. This is a Tuesday morning, a cute little paper pack that was $1 or less, and some just little playing. It's like whatever I played with and it didn't work out, I used here. Some more scrapbook paper. This one is from a free printable. I don't think it's Debbie Ann's, but somebody else's. Cute little burlap. It's a ribbon, but I just made it like a little flag. Some stamp that I have, Prima. And then this is the other side of the Daiso bag. More sheet, more Japanese paper. And this is the other side of the acrylic paint. And then another Prima. It's like a 99 cent or less cute little stamp that I have. I have a few like that. From a card deck that I got at the fair. So I didn't even go to the casino to get that. And more scrapbook paper. This is the one that I love that's double-sided. Color box that I got about 6 months ago from Tuesday Morning, but it's appearing up again. And then on the, oh, this one, yeah, it's a from a card, like a dollar store greeting card that opens up, but I wind up just putting scrapbook paper on top of it. And this one's just craft paper. It's actually wrapping paper that you get at the dollar store that looks like that postal generic color. And I just totally ripped it. Very freestyle. Made a little pocket here. Scrapbook paper. Made a cute little paper clip with a dollar store embellishments. And a real, well, a real flower that I made on the other side just to have a backing to it. Something to tape to. This one is also Daiso little Paris tape there. And this is also that dry technique. That embossing folder, I only have one from Doris, is a double-sided. It has two different kinds of impressions. But it's, I call it dry embossing technique, but that's the one that Lindsay Frugal Crafter shows how to do. You wet the paper, you roll it with a kitchen rolling pin. You can either ink it before or after to get that kind of effect on it. So that's what I did there. Just regular scrapbook paper and some Prima stamp. This one is just a little self-made pocket from scrapbook paper. And if it's not, if I didn't tape it too hard, there's, this one is from Debbie Ann, Ephemera Vintage Garden. Some more Daiso, little perfumey looking tape. And this is also from the Daiso. They have the cute little planner. I guess people use it for planner. It's not necessarily for planner, but the post-it notes that come in different colors and very colorful and pretty. That's the center of the signature. A paper clip, just regular pink, and that's another Debbie Ann's Ephemera Vintage Garden. Another paper taped up, and therefore scrapbook paper, scrapbook paper, scrapbook paper, craft tissue on the other side. That's the same one from the dollar store. Another pocket here. I didn't put anything there, but I'll put it right now. So there's that. That's the dollar store card paper or card that I got. And so this one I kept as is. I was using it for something else. I wanted to make a little mini album using the note cards, but I didn't finish it or wind up doing something else. Another file folder, beginning and ending. This one I was playing with my embossing stuff as I just got, well, just 2 months ago maybe, I got white embossing powder, so I just played. And so that goes there. Some wrapping paper. Another, just an old book with another Prima ink, sorry, a stamp. This one is a Daiso cheetah little plastic bag that actually can be used as a pocket. So let me stick a little thing in there. That's a pocket. That's acrylic painted paper that I would have made flowers out of, but I think I used the rest of it. Daiso bag that I cut up to make a hole on this side too. And cute little just paper with the Ephemera Vintage Garden, the Paris cute little dress form there. This one is from Red Barn stamp, and then I used this one, I think, yeah, from the Daiso also. It's a beautiful, like a thicker looking, if I can reach for it, a cute little masking tape, not masking tape, what do you call this? But it's nice, beautiful design, so I love that one. More Prima ink, cute little belly fold here, belly thing. Do I have another something to stick something there? And it works. And more, just so there's places to write things down. A cute little paper clip and I copied the technique how to do those little ribbons coming off of there from a cute tutorial. This is the other side of that Daiso bag, and I just put a little card here, another stamp, and this is the other side of that Daiso bag, and I put this one in here. Oh, I made this one, haha, cute. So I used a Daiso glitter pen actually, and it's really pretty. And then this, actually I just used my finger to make this flower. Just thought it was a cute little technique. It's like we're going back to basics. I mean, I think the cutest things are what you can just create and make yourself. Another old page of a book. And this one is an index card that I tea dyed heavily with, I think it was like the heavy sediment at the bottom. And then I just kind of freeform cut it down here and some distress ink. This is the other side of the wrapping paper. I love it because it has that marbling technique that I would love to do. Not from shaving cream, but the Carrigan, but it's super expensive when I checked online, so I'm not going to be able to make that on my own. But I would love to copy it. Just regular blue cardstock. It's the other side of that. Practice embossing when I use the white embossing thing on it. But I love that little fold. I copied it from somebody on the junk journal. People out there that put beautiful videos. So I don't know who I stole that from. Maybe Rachel or who knows who. But I just love that little fold over. It just looks really elegant and almost like clothing or something. This one I got the idea from Lindsay Frugal Crafter. She made a beautiful, it might have been art journal page. We had that Japanese style. So I just copied it, and it is Daiso paper, origami paper. So I copied that. More paper. This is an actual envelope, and I used both sides as a tuck spot. So this one has a tuck spot from an old stationery, and I put a little trim at the bottom, which is really just another paper cut with a border punch. It's the only true border punch I have that's non-Daiso that cuts really well. That's from Martha Stewart. And that's the other side of the envelope. I left it as junky as can be because really junk journals should look kind of junky. But free cut paper right here with another stamp, more stamps because I think I must have been playing and practicing, I don't know. More tea dyed paper, and again that paper clip with that hanging out. This is gold tissue paper. More cardstock or scrapbook paper. Yeah, scrapbook paper folded over. And then this one is ripped over on this side. Gold tissue. And then the other side of the coffee or tea dyed paper. That's the other side of that journal, or the envelope I should say. That's that's a scrapbook sheet, but I must have cut a little file folder edge out of it. Or maybe I used the other part of it as the file tab that I needed, and this is the leftover, I don't know. And that's the end. So it just ties, it has to be tied because it really, when you flop it open, it's that big. So it really has to be tied down to be contained. But I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. And I hope you are already subscribed to my channel, but if not, please subscribe. You just never know what's going to come next. I don't even know what's coming next. So thank you so much for watching.